Welcome to another edition of the Wichita Dinner Table. Today is Wednesday, September 25th. Once again, we have the whole gang back together. We have Annette Lawless, the Kansas Gastronomist, DJ Carbon, and Troy Trussell.
What's
with
up?
Live Local. Today's hat and shirt actually is from Buckets Clothing. It is a local gentleman who started a clothing brand. He's actually a barber in town over at Bucket Studios, and he has hats, shirts. I have all the shirts. It's probably one of the most comfortable shirts I've ever worn. Good dude. If you like the apparel, check out Buckets Clo, CLO, on Instagram. I've been supporting his stuff ever since I saw it online, and I decided I'd rock it for the episode.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Where can you go get try on a shirt?
Over at Bucket Studios. He owns a barbershop over at 29th and Rock Road, over where Jimmy's Diner and that Popeyes and that back strip center. Yeah, very, very cool people back there.
Cool.
All right. And we're going to switch things over. We have a guest today with the Kansas Food Bank, so let's shoot on over to that. And now I'd like to introduce Kate Birkhofer with Kansas Food Bank. They have something super exciting starting, or I guess it's already going on right now, September 22nd through the 28th. It is ICT Restaurant Week. Kate, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You want to give everybody the quick synopsis of ICT Restaurant Week?
Yeah, absolutely. So ICT Restaurant Week is supporting the Kansas Food Bank's vision of a Kansas where no one goes hungry. And so we're doing that by partnering with a bunch of different amazing businesses who all share our passion of feeding people. And so all this week until Saturday, you can go to any of these 23 participating restaurants at over 44 locations across the Wichita Metro. And they're all participating in a different way. So whether they're rounding up, whether they're offering a special menu item or donating a % of their sales or maybe doing something different, they're all doing something that will support the Kansas Food Bank and our mission here. So it's a really cool project that we've been working on for probably over a year that really brings a bunch of different people together to collaborate on something that is going to be really impactful for us.
And I know you and I met last week, and one little factoid that you brought up that was really, moving was you said for every dollar raised, that provides up to 4 meals.
Yes. Yeah. So every dollar that comes in through ICT Restaurant Week will help us provide that up to 4 meals. And the stats are out there that are actually really staggering for food insecurity just here in Wichita alone. It's over 70,000 people are food insecure. That's 1 in 7 adults and 1 in 5 kids. And so just by everybody doing a little bit, we can really make a big difference together.
And just a quick rundown of some of the restaurants involved. I mean, you have 12, Meddy's, Popcorner, Fiorito, Magnolia Cafe, Ziggy's Pizza, Umi, Norton's, Monarch, Chicken and Pickle, Blue Hook, Walk-On's, Homegrown, Doodah Diner, Slim Chickens, Grimaldi's, The Depot, Maple Street, First Mile Kitchen, Niche, Mocha's Cafe, who's also the sponsoring partner?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mocha's is one of our presenting sponsors with JRI Hospitality. So they've been a huge part about why we're hoping this is a success, and also awesome that they've decided to come on I think they're donating a percentage of their food sales for the week.
Yeah. So how can people find out more information on Restaurant Week?
Yeah. So I'll say one of the coolest things I think personally about Restaurant Week is the digital passport that we're offering to kind of incentivize people to go out and get involved. And so that information and all information about Restaurant Week can be found on ictrw.com. And so that's got all the participating restaurants, how they're participating, links to their websites and socials and hours and all of that good stuff. And it also has the place to sign up for that digital passport. And so the digital passport, people will earn points just by using their phone's GPS when they go to a participating location. And then they'll earn points for each of the visits. And then they can redeem those points for different entries to giveaways that we have. So some of the giveaway options are like the dinner experience at Fiorito, the monthly dinners at First Mile. We have gift cards, I think, to every single one of the participating locations. Eddie even, donated some swag, so
Some
we're excited about that.
swag.
The
So
least
yeah,
valuable item
Yes.
in
Hey.
passport.
Get you
yeah,
an EB
yeah.
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that place, ICTRW.com, is kind of like the one-stop shop where you need to check out everything for Restaurant Week.
Awesome.
That's way
Yeah.
cool. That's way cool. Hey, can I ask a question, Eddie?
Of course.
Kate, not to put you on the spot, but what's the definition of food insecure for our listeners, viewers?
Yeah, so it really just means like maybe you don't have access to the food that you need access to. Maybe you don't have the funds to get the food that you need to. Or maybe you just don't even know where your next meal might be coming from. So all of those kind of play into food insecurity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Kate, we appreciate you hopping on, and
Yeah.
everybody, please definitely go out and check out one of those restaurants. I mean, it's an awesome list, and it's like a who's who of dining in town. So
Absolutely.
awesome options.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank
course.
you.
Thanks,
Kate. All right. This past weekend, it was another busy schedule of events for Wichita. I think one of the biggest ones was the Drone Light Festival at Exploration Place. 300 synchronized drones. It's a busy one. It was also the grand opening of the amphitheater. So that was a really big deal. Well, I know Troy was busy with, was it Rusalk?
We were at the opera all weekend. I was actually there filming it for them, so I got to see it twice. I saw it on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon. It was.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Rusalka?
I believe it's Rusalka. Yeah, but it's there. It's a take on the Little Mermaid, but it's like their take on it. So it doesn't follow the story exactly like the Disney one, but it's interesting.
Cool. How was it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it was my favorite opera that I've seen. I've seen a lot of them because I've filmed a lot of them, but it was pretty good.
I'd be interested to see like how, if they have like Under the Sea, like how that works out. But oh well. Also, this past weekend was the grand opening of Mocha's Cafe. They opened up their second location in Wichita over at 1344 North Veranda Drive. And for those that don't know, there's a third location coming to Northwest Wichita next year. I stopped by the grand opening. I've never had the Reuben there, and I gotta say it was possibly one of my top 5 favorite Reubens in town.
No way.
Bold statement.
Yeah, dead
Bold
serious.
statement.
Yeah, very bold.
What?
It is bold.
Yes, I'm telling you, it was good.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I love it. Their beverages are delish, so awesome.
So when I did a most light coffee tournament, they actually won it all. They had the biggest support. So I've never had the coffee. I'm not a coffee guy, but all right. Also, this past week was the grand opening of Adventures Creative Indoor Playground in Derby at 206 West Greenway. I stopped by with my daughter. It's like one of those, I would call it, those McDonald's play places, but like on steroids. So it was like 5-10 times the size. My daughter's 5, so she loved it. Loved running around. I loved how it was like a big ball pit with, it was like 2-floor play place, and yeah, I think it's much needed.
Awesome.
There's not very many options for toddlers, or even infants to, stay indoors and play somewhere. So best of luck to them.
For sure.
Also, last week was the Wichita Business Expo. I was asked to be on a panel, survived, did not get kicked out. Did run into Carbon there.
You did a great job, man.
Well,
You did phenomenally. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was there later. How did y'all's? I couldn't make it to your deal there, but did y'all have like people come and like sit down and watch y'all like the whole thing?
We had about a row of people. The whole expo is going on, so they put us like on the screen or whatever, and you can hear what we're saying throughout the event while it's going on. I mean, it was busy. So, I mean, I had people that were at their booths, talk to me afterwards and give me their feedback. I think it was positive. I don't know. We'll see.
From what I heard, everything was positive.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job, though. It was actually good panel. Sometimes those are a little struggle with it, but I think everyone made valid points and hit their sweet spots pretty well.
Yeah,
Who was on the panel?
It was me, Landon with Wichita Life, Fayola, and Jen Cole, who does
Larson.
Yeah, they're married. I forget. I always go by her the
I
original
know.
name, but yeah.
I still try and tag her as Jen Cole every time, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I was the DJ at their wedding. I should know this now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just talked about organic social media growth and, what we've done to kind of help boost that. So
Cool.
hopefully people got some good
Very
takeaways.
cool.
For sure.
All right. Upcoming events in Wichita. So let's see what we got going on. On Friday, September 27th, over at Revolution is Prost Oktoberfest. I actually went, this has been like 3 or 4 years ago.
Same.
They have the whole area blocked off, that little commons area, and people are having some drinks, eating some food. It's a great time. Also, at Century 2 from September 27th to 29th is TriggerCon. It is a 3-day festival. I guess it's like the largest gun show for Wichita. I know it's a big deal here in town. I've never been, but I know there's a lot of people super excited for that one. Also on Friday, September 27th is No More Eats at No More International Market. It's an event put on by Festive ICT. It takes place in the whole open area. I went last month to it, and they had dancing, tons of food vendors. The place is packed. Hopefully the weather is a little cooler this time around. But that's definitely a cultural event to check out if you love, that whole scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to try
Saturday, September 28th. I'm not sure if you guys will make this one. It is the Wichita Wagon Masters Chili Cook-Off.
Oh, yeah.
Starts at high noon, $5 for a tasting kit. So it's like one of the most affordable food events in town. And I've said it multiple times. I think it's the most well-ran food event in Wichita.
Yep. 100%.
They're also doing a 50-50 raffle to where you can buy a ticket for like $5 and half the money goes towards the Good Life Grant and half the money goes to the winner. I actually bought 500 tickets and I said, if I win, I'm going to spend all of my winnings at local restaurants, either buying gift cards for people, popping into restaurants, paying for their tabs. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm going to call it, the people's ticket. So if it hit,
will you get my tab?
No.
Dang it.
Nope.
Is it because I still owe you some
You
lunches?
still owe him like $7.99, under $7.99 meals, right?
TKG owes me for multiple things. He owes me, I think, 5 lunches still. We made a bet on the Cowboys-Browns game.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
lost that bet.
Aw.
And there's a list of other things. FYI, if
Eddie
you ever
is
make a bet with
very, very good at winning bets. I'm telling you, it sucks.
and TKG's really good at delaying payment of bets. So,
Ouch.
all right. Saturday, September 28th at 1 p.m. is Snuggapalooza at Snug Harbor. It is their annual customer appreciation party over at 845 South Christine. It's crawfish boil and music from Dangy. And also this weekend, September 28th, 29th at Citrus County Park. I went for my first time last year. It's the Great Plains Renaissance Festival. Has anybody ever been to that event?
Many times.
It's a big deal.
It was
One time you can get a turkey leg, not during Riverfest, too. That's the
Yes.
other highlight. You get a
Ooh.
turkey leg.
Interesting.
That's worth going right there.
I mean,
That's
I've never seen so many people dressed up in that garb. I don't even know what it is, but there's like LARPers
Renaissance
there too.
garb.
Renaissance garb. There are LARPers there. You could pay to put on the gear and do some like fake fighting. I was shocked at how busy that place was. I mean, there's parking from one end of Central County Park all the way to the other, and it was backed up.
Question.
that is an event that has grown like crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what in the hell is a LARPer?
Live
action role play.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
It was in a movie.
With Superbad.
Yeah.
Oh,
What was that movie?
Jonah Hill?
No, McLovin. He was in the movie with Sean Astin Scott was his like big brother.
Yeah.
Role Models?
Role Models. There it is. Yes.
Yeah. TKG, have you ever seen Role Models before? Or do you hate comedies?
I love comedies, but I don't know that I've seen Role Models. I definitely would not be able to tell you what the plot is or anything.
There was also another amazing LARP comedy with Peter Dinklage in it and a handful of others. It was more of a horror comedy. I forget the name of it. Knights of Badassery, I believe. It was hysterical as well.
So you're like really into the LARPing thing. Is that a correct use of that word? LARPing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. No. I just like the movies.
Yeah, I know
I've
of
never
it.
done the LARPing.
I've never LARPed before.
I've never done that. But it is the Dungeons and Dragons, but you're acting it out is basically the concept.
So there's like, when I was watching it, people had like these swords with like foam ends. So obviously they weren't hurting each other. And they would, hit your arm, and someone's arm would they put it behind their back, something like that, because then they lost an arm because they lost it in battle.
Like Monty Python.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a scratch.
And then if you lost your head, you'd put your head in your shirt and you'd walk around like headless.
Oh my gosh.
We should have a LARPing competition.
We should. I
This is
challenge
Showdown.
you, TKG. I challenge you to a LARPing duel.
You're always trying to challenge me live when I don't have a good comeback. I don't like it.
Yes.
All right. And the final thing we have on the calendar, Saturday, September 28th, Carbon, I'm going to let you talk about this one. It's Casa Eno.
Yes, so it's fundraiser for Casa, a wonderful cause. They're doing a whole casino themed night. I'll be on the soundtrack, so you'll come in, you'll get some fake money. There's auctions, you could win some prizes, all kinds of good stuff. So come get some drinks. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm really stoked to be a part of it. It's my first time doing an event for Casa. I got to see them. They were over at the Wichita Business Expo, so I got to chat with them quite a bit, and really looking forward to it and excited for a good night out. So get some drinks, you get some food, you get to gamble. All kinds of good stuff.
Can I explain what Casa Eno is for the viewers that may not know?
Yes, please do.
Of course, TKG.
So Casa, I have been to Casa Eno, and I am very familiar with Casa. Casa is CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocate, and they work really closely with kids, obviously, children that are sometimes out of the home, and work with the kids and work with the lawyers and the court systems. And they're kind of like this third party that a judge can trust and rely on to basically give the real scoop about what's going on. Hey, this kid is having a problem with a father or mother because of X, Y, or Z, and therefore I don't think the kid should go into that house, or the kid should be removed from that house. But it's a really cool thing that lawyers and judges can't do. And it's like, I mean, these are volunteers that just want to help kids out. It's an awesome organization.
Thank you for saying that a million times more eloquently and accurately than I could have. Yes, they're great people, but yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right. Eddie, can I add something to the calendar?
Yes, of course.
We have on Sunday, September 29th, Subaru is having their Subaru Loves Wichita 5K run walk. You can sign up for the 5K. The 5K run walk is going to be at 8 a.m. to 9:30, or however long it takes you, I think. And then they have
10 hours.
Yeah, a little Subaru kids fun run at 9:10. So for kids that don't want to do the whole 5K or whatever, but they want to participate, it's going to be at 9:10. So yeah, it's their inaugural Subaru Loves Wichita family-friendly 5K run walk. You can even bring your dog, TKG. Dogs are welcome, but they must be on a leash. And you can register. We'll put the link in the show notes.
Awesome. Are you going to be there, Troy?
I will be there. My
Awesome.
12-year-old and I are going to run it. And yeah, he'll definitely beat me because he's cross
I think Jack Stacks will be there as well.
Aww.
Jack Stacks. I think ICT Bro Girls will be there. Yeah, it's going to be a fun little event.
Yep.
Annette, are you a runner or a walker by chance?
I am neither. So I am a sitter. I just relax and that's it. I chase my kids around. How about that? So
Hey,
whatever they do.
Very underrated on how
sport.
much exercise that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh my gosh. But I commend people who are. And it's amazing to see those efforts, around town. So love it.
All right. We're going to break out a new segment called Trussell Truths, sponsored by Trussell Media. This is going to be a little segment we have weekly that covers, little factoids about Wichita or things you may not have known. Just something special. Troy, hit us with the truth.
So this week, it is true that on September 29th, it is National Coffee Day.
Ooh.
So so I would encourage everyone to go out and get a coffee from one of our local coffee shops. We have plenty of them. I've been visiting Greater Grounds here recently, and they have 3 different special lattes that they make. The Piano Man is one of my favorites. So September 29th, Coffee Day.
Greater Grounds, that's over at Douglas and Washington.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Quick question to everybody. Favorite coffee place? Go.
Our coffee house, hands down. Angelo over at our, just the environment, the culture that he's promoted right on that corner has been amazing. I'm not a huge coffee guy, but that place is a warm, great safe space. I love it. I love it over there.
Annette, you a coffee person?
I am. I like Il Primo. It's more nostalgia than anything for me because my sister used to work. There was a Jenny Craig close to it many, many years ago. And like all of the restaurants and stuff around there were just so much fun to go and explore. But lots of history with Il Primo in our community.
TKG?
Well, I'm debating between Reverie and El Primo. So since Annette went with El Primo, I'll go with Reverie. I love what they've done in the community beyond just the good coffee.
I don't drink coffee at all, so like my opinion of coffee should not be taken into consideration. But there are some cool places I go to take a break and work. Like Coffee Days, for example, over in College Hill. It's a really cool place, and
that thing is always jumping with people.
I am shocked. There's lines out the door for Coffee Days.
I used to do client meetings there. Now I'm like, I need to go somewhere else because we can't get a seat here.
Yeah, it's hard to get a seat, and the parking's terrible. But they still have like people flooding in that place.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's College Hill. People will walk.
They're walking.
Whatever. There. Yeah,
true. And the owner there, she is the
Tiffany.
sweetest thing.
Yeah, Tiffany. Shouts awesome. Tiffany. She's awesome.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. All right, some cool things going on in our community. Ronald McDonald House. The other week, restaurants and volunteer groups such as Norton's Brewing, Station 8 Barbecue, Social Tap, Heartland Credit Union, and the Redler Institute of Culinary Arts took time to provide multiple meals for families. So it was a great way for them to give back to the community. Speaking of community, Central Standard Brewing recently presented a check to Habitat for Humanity for $5,384. It's part of part of that Service for Change to build a habitat house that a lot of restaurants are involved with. So, applause towards CSB.
Yes.
2 openings taking place. We have Cal's Walk, which is replacing Grandma Twee's over at 8728 West Maple. That's on September 27th. And then another Broken Egg Cafe is opening Monday, September 30th at 4862 East 35th Street North. Mm-hmm. So with that said, we're going to move on to the weather.
Awesome, Eddie. Well, guys, this weekend, it's looking pretty good. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highs will be in the low 80s. Lows are going to be in the 50s, so not too bad. On Friday, there's going to be a 23% chance for rain, which, of course, here in Kansas is pretty low. And the rest of the weekend, very little chance for rain. So for you sidewalk chalkers, Troy, are you a sidewalk chalk guy?
I don't think so.
For you sidewalk chalkers, you can go ahead and get those sticks of chalk hot and ready to go. There will be a little bit of wind, but not much. The most significant will be on Sunday with wind coming out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour. So, unfortunately, Live Local, you will not be wanting to fly that kite you've been wanting to fly this weekend. Though you are a little bit full of hot air, so maybe you can make it work.
Hey,
I can try something.
All right, for your weather joke of the week, what kind of music do wind turbines listen to?
I got nothing.
They are huge metal fans.
Metal
All right,
fans.
back
Okay.
to you, Eddie.
My kind of music.
Last week was a B minus.
Hey, we moving on up.
Moving up.
Moving on up. Wow.
B plus.
Thank you, Eddie.
You're welcome. All right, some online shout outs. Christina Lara and Ashley Brown want to shout out Kingdom Cares. It's a new nonprofit in town trying to help the community break through. One thing they recently did was supply a local teacher with everything on her wish list for the school year. Dangy wants to shout out Angie's Tacos and More. It's a new pop-up similar to Taco Tico and Taco Grande. Angie can actually be found tonight at Shamrock Lounge from 6 p.m. to sold out. And lastly, our reader Kate wants to shout out for her kids, Lorelai, I probably pronounced that wrong, and Riker, who recently turned 3 and 5. So happy birthday to them.
HBD.
All right. So let's wrap things up with what's good in Wichita. I'll kind of kick things off. I want to do a shout out to the local restaurant scene. I think when you see all these causes, we've covered some today, people are raising money for the community or doing something, you always see restaurants as a part of it. And for how much they give, for how slim their margins are, for them to give back in any way is admirable in the first place. So they are the unsung heroes in so many causes and charities you see around town. They're the first to step up when something bad happens. They're the first to step up to give back. So support those restaurants. And if you ever ask a restaurant for a donation or a gift card or anything, please support them and pay it forward to them.
Absolutely.
All right.
Amen.
Carbon.
We're going on a personal note. So this weekend, I've got one gig, but you won't see me out much. I've got a bunch of family coming in town as my parents are celebrating their 50th anniversary. God bless them.
Oh, so nice.
Yes. So I've got some aunts and uncles in town, and I just want to give my personal love and shout out to them. They've been a huge support in my life throughout everything. They raised a pretty decent guy here, and my sister as well.
Pretty decent.
But no, 50 years together. God bless them. I can't say enough. Just ready to celebrate with them and all the family and have a really great time with that.
Sounds like a pretty good time.
Indeed.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Yes,
TKG.
It does. Love that Larry David reference. Love that.
Hey.
My shout out is, and I actually did give a small shout out online already, but I wanted to shout out Janelle King and the Workroom. They just moved over to Eaton Place from Cleveland Corner. She's had the Workroom for more than 10 years, I think 11. But it's more about what Janelle has done for the community that I'm giving a shout out for. She was very involved in the Douglas Design District, Avenue Art Days. When people drive down Douglas and they see art on the street, chalk art, ironically, that I was talking about chalk earlier. But when they see that Janelle was a big part of that. When they see murals on the sides of buildings, Janelle was part of that. Janelle was part of really getting that Wichita pride, the Wichita flag going. So many things that Janelle King and the Workroom have been part of to make Wichita a great place. So shout out to them.
Absolutely. Cosign.
Troy.
Yeah. All right. I want to shout out a local nonprofit here in town. They're called Midwest Battle Buddies. And what they do, they provide service dogs, training, and supplies to U.S. veterans in need. And sometimes they have dogs that they need for people to adopt for a short time. So basically fostering dogs. And right now they have one that's available for foster, because sometimes they get them trained enough to where they're ready for a veteran, but they don't have a veteran to pass that dog along to, or to get them in the right hands. So fostering is needed there. So if you're interested in fostering a well-trained dog before it goes to its veteran home, reach out to Midwest Battle Buddies. A friend of mine, Chip, works for that organization, and they do really good work for our veterans. So
Awesome.
Awesome.
Annette, take her home.
All right. Well, I heard about through a friend of mine, a local dentist office that's helping out small business owners, and they're offering this free day of dental service for people this next month. I'll make sure, like when we put this video up, that we have the information out there. But I just think that's so wonderful, knowing, the stress and the financial and everything that they go through to have a way to prop them up and give them some help. I think that's so cool. So Wichita Dental Co. is where to go.
Awesome. All right. Before we end the episode, I want to do a quick solemn note. A Wichita legend passed away last week. Michael Lee Wolfberg, otherwise known as Crazy Mike. His sister, Carrie Larcher, announced that he passed away this past week. So anybody who wants to, pay their respects and wants to donate to the National Institute of Mental Health in his honor is definitely supported. So R.I.P. to Mike.
Yes, indeed. Great guy. Legend. Wichita legend.
True icon. All right.
Yeah.
So with that said, to all my guests, to those watching at home, thank you. You've all been excused from the dinner table.
Thanks, Eddie.
We'll see ya.